Good morning, everyone. My name is Becky Spritz, and I'm the Associate Provost for Academic Affairs at RWU. And congratulations to the 2025 graduates. A huge shout out. I'm here to welcome you one and all on this important occasion, to our graduates, their families and friends, to our dedicated faculty and staff, members of the Board of Trustees, President Mialis, our commencement speaker, Cole Brower, our distinguished honorary degree recipients, and all of our special guests. Today's commencement begins with the singing of our national anthem by the graduating members of our a cappella group, Hawkward. Please continue to stand if you are able, and remove your caps for the national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight of ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, home of the
Thank you, Hawkward. That was amazing. Please be seated. I know, phew. It is my honor to invite the Chair of the Board of Trustees to open the ceremonies.
Thank you, Associate Provost Spritz. Good morning, everyone. To the members of the faculty, trustees, honorary degree recipients, guests, friends, families, and to the class of 2025, welcome to your commencement day. As the chair of the Board of Trustees and a proud alumna class of 1997, commencement really holds a special place in my heart. Each year, as I sit among faculty, graduates, and their families, I'm transported back to my own time as a student here. The vibrant energy of excitement and anticipation all through the ceremony reminds me of the countless memories I created on this campus: late night studying, inspiring discussions with professors, and lifelong friendships that I forged. Roger Williams had an enormous impact on my life, not just preparing me for a career, but for a life of meaning, thinking critically, acting compassionately, and leading boldly. As you prepare to start the next chapter of your journey, take time to reflect on these experiences that you've had that have defined your time here. Class of 2025, you have left a footprint on RWU. Individually and collectively, your remarkable achievements have pushed the boundaries, and I'd love to share some examples. Through our Kid Wind initiative, you've inspired the next generation of innovators. For the 6th year, RWU engineering and education students partnered with local 4th graders, building knowledge and turbines, while sowing seeds of curiosity and renewable energy. RWU researchers in engineering and chemistry collaborated with U.S. Senator Jack Reed to address microplastic pollution in Narragansett Bay. They brought together an interdisciplinary team to develop sampling methods and analyze microplastics, identifying their presence in every freshwater and atmospheric sample they collected. Undergraduate and graduate students explored challenges and sustainable solutions across real estate and the built environment, from architecture and historic preservation to real estate, through internships, study abroad programs, and real-world research for clients. Their work reminds us that academic rigor and real-world experience produce powerful combinations that address society's most significant scientific challenges and work towards creating a sustainable future for our world. And then beyond our shores, our MBA students engage directly with international business leaders through global learning experiences in Greece. And back at home, they completed an immersive consulting project with construction management leaders at Shawmut Design and Construction. Their global insights and practical solutions reflect our commitment to educating agile, worldly thinkers prepared to lead across borders and industries. RWU law students achieved significant milestones and underscored their commitment to public service, academic excellence, and social justice. They ranked 11th nationally, and they continue to be very dedicated to producing socially conscious legal professionals. These accomplishments reflect the law school's unwavering commitment to fostering change makers in the legal field. Finally, with the relaunch of the RWU Extension School, we expanded our commitment to access education, lifelong learning, skills, and trades, offering flexible, workforce-driven education. This bold move ensures Roger Williams' mission to educate and empower for a lifetime of purpose, and it extends beyond traditional classrooms. These are just some small examples of all of your accomplishments, but together these achievements tell a very powerful story. It is a story of the class of 2025 embracing challenge, seizing opportunity, and creating change in and out of the classroom. A story in which your dreamers, the designers, the builders, the researchers, and the change makers who will reimagine what's possible in our world. A story of a university deeply committed to academic excellence and real-world experience. As you leave Roger Williams, you will tell the story with the knowledge, compassion, courage that you've gained at Roger Williams and lead movements, spark innovation, heal communities, and lift humanity higher. As you leave here with your degrees, remember that you carry the Roger Williams name with you and the values that anchor our institution to continually pursue lifelong learning and engage in critical thinking and intellectual exchange as a means of improving our communities around the world. What you've learned here, the knowledge, the friendships, the connections, the moments of challenge and growth, that is your foundation. Now is the time to dive deeper into knowledge, into questions, into the ideas that light the fire inside you and shape your world. Now is your time to soar higher, lifting your sight beyond what is easy or expected, daring to imagine what has never been done before. Today is a day of excitement, and as graduation has finally arrived, it's a moment to feel gratitude for the friends you've made and for the family and loved ones who've supported you along this journey. Appreciation for the faculty and staff who have inspired and no doubt mentored you. Embrace any uncertainty for the unknown, but above all, feel a strong readiness for what the future may hold. Congratulations to every student, faculty member, and supporter whose hard work has made this an extraordinary year. This leads me to introduce a special guest. I am delighted to say he has worked harder than anyone to be here today. Many of you know that President Mialis was on medical leave this spring, but I am absolutely thrilled to have him here today with us.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So since I became president at Roger Williams in 2019, nothing, not even the pandemic, could keep me away from our commencement ceremonies. And there is nowhere I'd rather be than right here, right now, with the unstoppable, unshakable, unforgettable class of 2025. I hope you all feel great pride in how far you have come and gratitude for the path that has brought us all here to celebrate you today. Education has been a key to success for me. Like many of you, I'm a first-generation student. My parents were very pro-education. They made a lot of sacrifices with the hopes that I would go to college. I left my home in Greece to become an international student here in New England. And while that was hard on my family and on me, we knew that this opportunity would open doors to the life I dreamed of and bring many accomplishments we would celebrate together. But through the challenges, there are 3 invaluable traits that I have learned about all of you. First, you are prepared. In a world that is constantly changing, a Roger Williams education has prepared you with a real-world education. Let this experience of the wide range of knowledge, skills, and interests you have undertaken at Roger Williams be the guiding light of how you should pursue your next steps in life. Your life is the performance, not a rehearsal. Live it, love it, enjoy it. It is happening now. Find a life passion and stick with it. Make it a passion that will continuously define your purpose, fuel you with endless energy, and make a difference in the world. Which leads me to the second trait. You are a change maker. You carry the spirit of the sacrifices your families made to get you here, just like mine did. In your Roger Williams education, you dove deep into understanding and addressing social justice issues and environmental challenges. Drawing from your interdisciplinary education, continue to seek collaboration with others to bring together a wide range of ideas, knowledge, and experiences to discover innovative solutions that one perspective alone cannot do as effectively. When you're in a leadership position, use integrity, honesty, and transparency to help those you manage to make decisions. Always use the problem-solving skills and critical thinking your professors have taught you to weigh both sides of a case and make sound decisions based on real facts. And finally, the third trait is that you are forever a Hawk. And you leave Roger Williams University and embark on your next chapter as a Hawk, you have learned to soar here. Always think about the impact of your actions on others, an impact of a business decision on the environment, the impact of a policy on marginalized individuals, the ability of a piece of art or artistic performance to bring joy and a sense of community and insight into society. In your personal life, start a family of little hawks because you really want to, not because others tell you that you should. By the way, children are wonderful, but grandchildren are even better. I have two daughters and 3 granddaughters, and I'm crazy about all of them. And professionally, be a true ambassador to your profession and be an ambassador for Roger. Roger Williams will also be a big part of your life. Remember, the better Roger Williams University is, the more value your degree has. Come back and see Roger, both Roger Williams and my dog. And by that, I mean get involved as an alum in leadership and our alumni events and reunions, as much as I mean come back and visit the faculty and staff that have helped you the most. Come back and cheer on the current teams you competed on. And of course, like I said before, come and see our first dog, Roger. And by the way, if you're not following him on Instagram, he's RWU First Dog. He has about 2,600 followers. So graduate of the Roger Williams University class of 2025, now is the time to go forth with confidence and resolve and make your mark into the world. I'm so proud to be here with you today. Thank you. Let's go Hawks!
Thank you, President Mialis. I would like to take a moment to introduce the members of the Platform Party. In addition to Roger Williams University President Yanis Mialis and Madam Board Chair Bajulian, we are honored to have with us Grand Marshal Robert Bob Blackburn and our distinguished honorary degree recipients, Joseph Brito Jr., Kevin Lynch, Judge Clifton Newman, and our commencement speaker and honorary degree recipient, Cole Brower. Also, the senior leadership of Roger Williams is represented here by members of our Board of Trustees, our academic deans, and the President's Cabinet leadership. We recognize them for their dedicated and responsible stewardship of the institution as they continue to shape RWU as a transformational leader in higher education. It is now with great pleasure that I introduce our 2025 undergraduate speaker, Jules Gersner.
Good morning and welcome, President Mialis, Madam Board Chair Bullion, Board of Trustee members, faculty, staff, parents, families, and other distinguished guests. Let me begin first by saying congratulations to the class of 2025 on this tremendous accomplishment. My name is Jules Gersner. I'm a double major in chemistry and biology, so during the past 4 years of my educational journey, I have done countless research experiments, ranging from oyster dissections to cancer screenings. And through each of these experiences, I have begun to realize something, that while I was performing experiments in the lab, I myself was participating in a much larger one, college itself. In science, every experiment follows the same basic principle. We begin with a question and some curiosity. As we entered college, this question may have been, what will my major be? What club should I join? Who will I become? As we settle into our routines, we begin to form hypotheses. This next step in the process asks us to make a guess at what the future may look like. Some of us have fully laid out plans with step-by-step instructions for exactly what classes they'll take or internships they'll get, and others of us have a much less solid idea. But in any case, we all begin to set goals and expectations for ourselves. Then comes the method. How do we grow from inexperienced first years to fully fledged professionals? Well, it takes a lot of hard work. We join clubs, we pick up jobs, and take challenging classes. I'm sure all of my fellow STEM majors remember organic chemistry very fondly. It's not just our academics that teach us important lessons. Studying at Roger Williams has also taught us how to make many trips to Lower, visit Shell Path frequently, and of course, stay up late having deep conversations when we probably should be doing our work. One experience that really shaped me was joining the campus radio station, WQRI. I remember feeling absolutely terrified the first time I was on air. What if I said the wrong thing, or people didn't like the music I played? The longer I spent in the booth, the more comfortable I got. Not because I didn't make mistakes or play weird music, but because I started to learn the lay of the land. I started to find my people within the station and find an audience throughout Rhode Island. It was here in WQRI that I truly found my voice. Now, once we've decided how to do the experiment, it becomes time to collect the data. We take exams, write papers, sometimes succeeding and sometimes not. Experiments are messy, and so is life. Things rarely go as we hypothesized or planned. Making mistakes is inevitable. Whether it's locking yourself out of your dorm or failing an assignment, we deal with difficult challenges and we learn by overcoming them. My sophomore year, I caused a literal explosion in the chem labs. It wasn't that bad, I swear. But I had set up a reaction with faulty equipment, it overheated, and it ended up spewing boiling acid everywhere in the chemical safety hood. Luckily, no one was harmed, unless you count my pride. But that day, I learned firsthand why chemists take the safety precautions we do. And now every time I prepare my own reactions, I double-check my glassware. And while it feels like common sense now, I had to learn that lesson the hard way. You may have changed your major, your field, or your life goals, but it is all part of the scientific process. Experimentation is all about the discovery of both the good and the bad. I have also learned about science's most important principle, the buddy system. Research is safer and more fun when it's with another person, and the same goes for college. We have all found our buddies here, whether it's friends, families, mentors, or partners, they have sat by us through the thick and the thin. We have all taken turns supporting each other, and that makes our successes here today that much more meaningful. So, let's take a moment to acknowledge the people who made all of this possible. To our support systems at Roger Williams and beyond, thank you. Thank you for believing in us and continually pushing us to keep discovering. This achievement is ours, but it is also yours. Although we may be leaving Roger Williams today, we will always have the buddies that we have made here through the rest of our lives. Finally, after the experiment is finished, we look at our results. Today, we leave the university with a degree, but more than that, we leave with the knowledge, connections, and confidence that we have gained through the process. The end of an experiment is not the end of the line. Whether we continue our education, join the workforce, or take time to explore new passions, we are now prepared to tackle new questions with the skills that we have just gained. I will be taking what I have learned here at Roger Williams on my next journey as I pursue my PhD in chemical biology at Yale. As we move forward, let us continue to experiment, not just in our careers, but in the way we engage with the world. Dare to ask questions, make mistakes, and be curious. Let's embrace the unknown with the confidence that our biggest discoveries aren't behind us, they're ahead. Congratulations, class of 2025. Our biggest experiments are yet to come.
Thank you so much, Jules. It is now with great pleasure that I introduce our 2025 graduate student speaker, Harrison Latimer.
Greetings and welcome to this special occasion. On behalf of my fellow graduates, I want to extend a warm and heartfelt thank you to the faculty, staff, deans, administrators, and most importantly, to our friends and family joining us today. Your support means everything. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Harrison Latimer, and I have the honor of representing the Roger Williams University graduate programs, specifically the 4+1 MBA program. For those of you who do know me, you're probably wondering who gave me a microphone. Don't worry, I'm still wondering about that too. I'm not going to pretend this speech will change your life, and I'm definitely not going to claim it'll cure your hangover from Portside last night. Shout out to all of our graduates wearing sunglasses right now. All I ask is that you give me a few moments of your time. I'm about to drop some pearls of wisdom, so bear with me through the words of superheroes, comedians, and NBA legends. Let's start with Iron Man. Tony Stark once quoted his father saying, "No amount of money ever bought a second of time." I could ask everyone here to raise a hand if they procrastinated something at RWU, but that would be a waste of time that we'd all want to buy back. Instead, think about that one assignment that you really put off, that one that gave you that gut-wrenching, last-minute caffeine-fueled panic. Remember that feeling? Now here's the thing. That paper, that project, you won't remember it in 10 months, let alone 10 years. But that feeling of regret, of waiting too long, that sticks. Because at 50, if you wake up and realize you procrastinated your whole life, that you waited too long to chase what you love, that kind of regret will hit harder than any late assignment ever could. So take the risk now. Don't prioritize money, prioritize passion. Tony Stark and I are both begging you. Don't get too old before you realize you can fail at something you don't want to do, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love right now. Now let's switch gears. I want to talk about a question. You all know the one, and unfortunately my fellow graduates and I will hear that dreaded question many times today and over the next few weeks. What are your plans for next year? Even those with the perfect answer don't want to hear it, because there's more to us than our job titles. So what should you ask instead? Try this one. What are you most looking forward to? Is the graduate moving to a new city? Traveling across the globe? Maybe picking up a new hobby? Former athletes, are you training for a marathon or finally learning how to play pickleball? To be honest, you don't need to have anything planned or figured out. You just need to keep an open mind, which is the same thing my dad says when giving my mom an absurdly random gift on Christmas. To my mom's defense, I'm not sure how I keep an open mind about a can of tuna either. Yeah, that really happened. But when a real opportunity comes along, whether it's a job, a new place, or person, anything that really makes your palms sweat, all I ask is that you keep an open mind. Now for some wisdom from one of the great philosophers of our time, Jerry Seinfeld. He says there are 3 rules in life. Number 1, bust your ass. Doesn't matter if it's your 9 to 5, your passion project, or just trying to beat the rush at lower commons. Show up and go hard. Number 2, pay attention. Be present and notice the little things. Like this moment right now when you're probably wishing that I would just stop talking. Unfortunately, there's no Oscars music to cut me off. Just stay with me though, I'm almost done. Most importantly, number 3, fall in love. Not just with people, though that's great too, but with everything. Fall in love with your GHH Starbucks coffee. Fall in love with your walk from the parking garage, because even with the pass, there is nowhere to park on this campus. Fall in love with your life every chance you get. We live in a world where people are embarrassed about what they should be proud of, and proud of the things they shouldn't be. Let's flip that. Be proud of your effort. Be proud of what you care about, even if it's weird, especially if it's weird. Lastly, I'll leave you with something Kobe Bryant once said when asked what all the greats have in common. He said love. Not a love for fame, not for money, not even for championships, just a pure, unadulterated love. A love for the work, the grind, the process. The greats do it because they love it, and because they love it, they do it all the time. The recognition and championships will follow. So find what you love. Find the place or thing where the good parts are great and the bad parts don't suck too much. That's where the magic is. I love this campus, even though it's always too windy. I love the people, even though I never got to tell some of them. I love that this school made me a better person, even if you only saw me as a basketball player. I love that I was chosen to speak to you today, even though that there are plenty of students here with higher GPAs and better resumes. And most importantly, I love the way that Roger Williams gave me a home, even though it's time to say goodbye. So, what do you love? If you know it, go after it. If you don't, go find it. And remember, money can't buy you this moment back, so bust your ass, pay attention, fall in love with the little things, and maybe, just maybe, your name will be etched in history with the rest of the greats. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you so much to both of our wonderful student speakers for their inspiring remarks. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce our keynote commencement speaker, Cole Brower. Cole is a trailblazing sailor and the first American woman and only the 8th woman ever to race solo nonstop around the world in the Global Solo Challenge. She has broken barriers and opened doors for women and underrepresented communities in a sport traditionally dominated by men, using her platform to make the world of offshore racing more inclusive and accessible. Cole is a change maker who is making a difference in the world, and she is here today to share her inspiring words with our graduates who will be the next leaders and change makers in our world. Please welcome Cole.
Hello. As you can probably tell, I look just like you because I'm actually not that much older than you. That's why I'm still surprised they asked me. Thank you, guys. Exactly a year ago, I finished a race around the planet, and then I was invited by Amanda Callahan, who's your university sailing coach, to come here and speak to a bunch of you. And for some reason, you liked my last year's speech, so I was invited back. So thank you so much for having me. Thank you, fellow students, parents, faculty, and especially the Board of Trustees, as they are going to trust me that I'm not going to embarrass you or myself up here. This is quite an emotional moment for me, and I'm gonna try not to cry, as I'm sure it is for you too. I received the call from your Chief of Staff, Brian Williams. I answered the phone while delivering a boat between some Caribbean islands. "Hello, Dr. Brower," was the first thing he said. Who would have ever thought that I would have sailed around the globe solo, broken a record, cracked a rib, gave myself an IV due to extreme dehydration, and rounded the 3 Great Capes without having to go to school after my undergrad. And now I'm considered a doctor. Thank you. Dreams really do come true. Don't worry, parents and faculty, I'm not here to encourage your students' sons and daughters to drop out and start professional sailing careers. But hey guys, it's really not too late. I started pretty late. I loved school. Okay, well, I didn't love school before college. I was a terrible student in middle school and high school. I hated school so much that I used to beg my mom to not go to class. I would pretend to be sick, and when I got old enough to drive, I just skipped class completely. I would head down to the beach and sit by the water and watch as the birds just sailed by. My highest grades were in art and gym. At best, I was a B student, but mainly a C and D student. I flipped teachers off, not proudly. I was chased by hall monitors because I wore rollerblades to school. I jumped out of windows because of a dare. And I was constantly threatened with suspension because of the outfits I used to wear that were completely against the dress code. You can say I wasn't the student you really wanted to deal with. I didn't want to go to college. Why should I waste the money to go and continue my antics when I was perfectly happy hanging out with my friends, doing things I probably shouldn't be doing? Yet I loved art. I always had a camera around my neck. I grew up documenting every one of my moves and all of my friends' moves as well. My mother finally convinced me to look at art schools, since we knew we couldn't send my SAT scores to any colleges. Let's just say they were so low that they were embarrassing. I saw one art school that didn't take SAT scores. I applied to that one school, Savannah College of Art and Design, and I got in. I even received a scholarship for my portfolio. Not my grades. And boom, we were off. I had 3 classes per trimester. Each class was 2.5 hours long. And for the first time in my life, everything I was doing was project-based. It wasn't multiple choice questions or spelling tests or boring lectures. It was straight into it, grab your tools, your markers, your charcoal, and let's go. It wasn't easy. Art school isn't what you think it is. It's not a bunch of students quick sketching a naked person with charcoal on Bristol paper. Okay, well, we did that too. But it wasn't all that. It was super hard work, dirty work, working with your hands. Yet still, with our normal semester classes mixed in, my art history class, it grabbed me. We analyzed these works of art I had only seen in gift shops of museums. But now I was looking into the meaning of art within its historical context, cultural, political, economic, and even its religious meaning. I craved more. This class pushed me. We had to spell all the names correctly, and I'm dyslexic, so this was really hard. Remember every date correctly, and present what we knew at any time, no BS. Oh, and did I mention if I got less than a B, I lost my scholarship, which meant I had to drop out. And so, yeah, that kicked me into some high gear. I loved the pressure. And the purpose it gave me to wake up every day and push to know more. Yet it was still quite lonely. I had friends I had made from the dorms and classes, but as an 18-year-old, it was unfamiliar. So to keep the loneliness away, I pushed even harder into my work over time. I became empowered in learning for the first time in my entire life. Yet the problem with empowering a student to learn, I craved so much more. I started looking for classes in nutrition, oceanography, language, maybe something to take online, or maybe at the university down the street in Savannah. I was doing very well in school, so it came to a shock when I told my parents I applied and got into the University of Hawaii at Manoa. And I'm going, is what I told them without question. Okay, let me back up. Remember when I told you earlier that I was a completely unruly teenager? Oh yeah, that really hadn't stopped. I had just learned how to multitask better. I was starting to drink heavily, and drugs were becoming into the picture. I was walking off a cliff that I didn't know was right in front of me. I was about to hit pretty close to rock bottom, and the only way I knew how to get out was nature. I was a kid raised on nature. My childhood house in Springs, New York, was right next to a nature preserve. I would watch the clouds turn dark, and the smell of rain from miles away would be brought to my nose by a warm southwesterly breeze as it blew over the land. This was the place that I could trust when I felt like the human world was crashing down on me. So it wasn't truly a surprise to me to get on that airplane and fly halfway around the globe to start over, to find a beautiful nature-esque place, to get some new and improved and far healthier hobbies than the cliff that I was falling off of. Moving to Hawaii, though, was super scary at first. I didn't know anyone, no friends, no family, just me and a homeless man who sat next to me every day at the bus stop. Other than that, I was completely on my own. I could just barely see the ocean from my lanai or balcony. So beautiful, powerful, and drawing me in. I knew the world was my oyster. I had hit pretty close to rock bottom before the age of 19. So I did what I always do. I made lists. I made a list of everything I wanted to learn: oceanography, geography, nutrition, French. Okay, I never learned French. And I wanted to learn a new water sport. I didn't know what yet, but I kept watching these little boats sailing by my tiny little sliver of ocean that I could see from my lanai. I decided to Google Hawaii sailing, and up popped the University of Hawaii sailing team. I emailed the coach, Andy Johnson, and I lied. I told him I had a ton of experience, and I wanted to try out. He pretty much told me to F off. The season had already started, tryouts were done, but I could come to practice and check it out on Monday. I jumped in that little minivan down by the athletic center and awkwardly sat quietly while all the other sailors laughed and chatted, but I had done the hard part. I showed up. That awkward moment when everyone is staring at you, asking your name, and wondering why you're the random girl climbing into their territory 3 weeks into the season. But what I think about today is that uncomfortable ride that I could have avoided, the one that I just could have stayed home. If I had never written that email, and if I had never made that Google search, where would I be today? I definitely would not be your commencement speaker. Maybe you would have Lady Gaga. That would have been really cool. I would hope I would have gotten invited. Sorry, you got me. These tiny little uncomfortable moments in college happened to be the start of a now 11-year career that has pushed me into some amazing moments, meeting some amazing humans and seeing the world in a way that less than 200 people on this planet have ever experienced. Solo, nonstop, sailing around the globe. What people don't know, thank you, is that these 11 years, 4 years of school, 4 years of bumbling around in the professional world trying to get my footing, and another 2 years of, hey, maybe I can do this, to 1 year of, holy moly, my whole life is turned upside down and now I'm speaking to you. But guess what? All of the press and the little bit of fame, and the truth is, my favorite part is actually not right now. It's the 10 years that it took me to make my dream come true. My dream of being the first American woman to race solo around the globe. Truthfully, completing the dream is not what it's made up to be. My favorite moments were actually spending it sitting with my girlfriends, plotting how to make the dream come true. Asking why am I getting paid a quarter of what the guys are getting paid? Girls, fight for it. And how can we change this? And heading offshore every chance I got in order to learn absolutely everything. Nobody could question me at that point. As you go into this world, whatever industry you walk, you will find that you have to cut your teeth in the beginning and maybe even the middle to get respect and earn your keep at the end, and it will be hard. You will probably spend many nights with your friends doing exactly what I did, planning your sneaky takeover into the higher up positions. And those nights, when you have made it, probably 10 years down the line, you will look back and you will say, those were the best moments, because they were the ones you had to fight for. Fighting for something you believe in gives us purpose to wake up every single day, and purpose keeps us from being lonely. Who would have ever thought? Which may seem like a weird concept now that you're finishing a university experience. You are surrounded by family and a lot of friends that you have developed over time. Yet when you leave Roger Williams University and enter the world today, whether you have your first big job coming up, or maybe you're moving back in with your parents like I did, things are about to change drastically. A restart. But hear me out, restarts are really good. They take us from our comfortable, familiar womb that we have created and challenge us to learn something new. I've had a restart every couple years. They can be incredibly stressful. You may find yourself crying in your car outside your work. Oh no, just me? Okay. These restarts are good, though because I have always known that I am at the bottom, the only way is up. I'm in one right now. I've uprooted my entire life from Newport and moved to France to join Militia, a German ocean race team. Now instead of a 40-foot racing boat with a team of people that support me, I am back at the bottom, learning an Imoca 60, a 60-foot foiling monster of a sailboat, flying at speeds upwards of 40 knots. They have announced me as the co-skipper next to Boris Herman, which is great. But the truth is, I am still jumping into a world that I don't know anyone. I don't know the boat. I don't speak the language. I never learned French. And I am once again on my own. So I cried on the train from Paris to Lorient, surrounded by a complete sea of people, and it was embarrassing, and they moved their kids away from me. Typical. Sorry. I'm 31 this year, and I have had 3 to 4 restarts. You crash through that ceiling only to find you are on the ground floor of another world, having to teach yourself how to walk again. Yet the thing that has made it all far easier is the amazing people that I've met along the way. I have my friends and family here today. Each one of them has brought something to my life that they may have not known they had, but they did. They challenged me, they have supported me through each and every restart in my life, and therefore, I was never truly alone. One of the hardest things I've ever done in my life has been letting people in when I feel vulnerable. I really don't like asking for help. But there comes a moment in your life where you just can't do everything yourself. Therefore, Roger Williams University, class of 2025, thank you for having me. And my last advice for all of you, be present in everything that you do. You never know who you're gonna meet. They could change your life forever, like what happened to me. Learn to love your own company. It is the only person you truly spend every single day with. And remember, just because you may be solo walking out of this beautiful grassy patch and into this crazy world, it doesn't mean you are actually truly alone. So thank you, and congratulations, Roger Williams University, class of 2025. Go Hawks.
Thank you so much, Cole. Very much appreciated. What inspiring words and what an inspiring story. Thank you for sharing it with us. I now ask Madam Chair Bajulian to return to the podium for the presentation of the honorary degrees. Each year, Roger Williams University has the privilege of awarding honorary degrees to distinguished individuals who have, each in their own exceptional way, benefited our world. It is now my distinct pleasure to continue this tradition and to confer Roger Williams University honorary degrees upon 4 highly regarded recipients. We will now confer the honorary degrees as voted by the Board of Trustees. Madam Board Chair, will you please escort Cole Brower to the center of the stage? Madam Board Chair, I have the honor to recommend Cole Brower to receive from you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Cole Brower, your pioneering achievements, relentless spirit, and commitment to breaking barriers have reshaped the world of offshore sailing and inspired a new generation of explorers. Your historic solo circumnavigation of the globe during the 2023-24 Global Solo Challenge captured hearts and headlines. Alone at sea for 130 days and traveling 30,000 nautical miles in one of the most extreme sports competitions, you became the first American woman, and as I mentioned, only the 8th woman in history to complete a nonstop solo race around the world, cementing your place among the greats in sailing history. Long before crossing oceans, you charted your path on the waters off Hawaii, where you first fell in love with sailing as a student athlete at the University of Hawaii at Manoa. Many sailing greats got their start in collegiate sailing, and the grit, resilience, and fearless determination you've honed from a college competitor to now professional sailor serves as an inspiration to our nationally ranked sailing team and to all of us at RWU. At Roger Williams, we believe in the power of individuals to challenge convention, lead with courage, and open doors for others. You have done exactly that, not only through your record-setting voyages, but through your unwavering advocacy for a more equitable and inclusive world, and through your mentorship of the next generation of sailors, demonstrating the extraordinary impact an individual can make in the world. Ms. Brower, Dr. Brower, for your bold pursuit of greatness and for inspiring the next generation to lead with resilience and purpose and strive to become the world's change makers, Roger Williams University is honored to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, given this day, May 16th, 2025. Trustee Scott Prey, will you please escort Joseph Brito Jr. to the center of the stage? Madam Board Chair, I have the honor to recommend Joseph Brito Jr. to receive from you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Joseph M. Brito Jr., you have led a distinguished career as a business owner and entrepreneur, matched by your dedication to the community, which has made a profound impact in advancing the town of Bristol's economy and improving the lives of your neighbors and friends. Under your leadership as president and CEO of CB Utility Company Incorporated and C. Brito Construction Company Incorporated, and the third generation to operate the family enterprise, these companies have thrived as industry leaders renowned for quality and reliability. As president and CEO of Tupelo Realty Company and Unity Park, you are also a leader in the commercial real estate industry with a commitment to community revitalization. Your transformation of Bristol's Unity Park as a vibrant blue economy hub and community space has earned you accolades for your innovative approach to economic and environmental sustainability and brought new life to a former industrial site for the Bristol community. You've also been a staunch champion of Roger Williams University and a mentor and inspiration to our students through scholarships that help them to achieve their educational goals and by nurturing the next generation of business leaders. At RWU, you have contributed significantly to our growth and successes as a longtime trustee and now a trustee emeritus and construction management advisory board member. Mr. Brito, for your enduring contributions to education, business, and community leadership, Roger Williams University is honored to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, given this day, May 16th, 2025. Trustee Nicole Benjamin, oh, thank you. Will you please escort Kevin Lynch to the center of the stage? Madam Board Chair, I have the honor to recommend Kevin Lynch to receive from you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Kevin M. Lynch, your commitment to social justice and leadership in law enforcement embodies that passionate drive to tackle monumental challenges and create meaningful change that Roger Williams University likewise strives to inspire in our students. You've led a distinguished career of more than 35 years dedicated to public service, rising through the ranks to your current leadership position as Chief of Police at the Bristol Police Department. Through your accomplished career, you've dedicated yourself to the mission of policing with dignity, respect, and compassion for the communities you serve. Under your leadership, you've developed more effective community policing practices and a stronger relationship between the police department and community, enabling the Bristol Police Department to regain state and national accreditation. While president of the Rhode Island Chiefs of Police Association, you led the implementation of the state's first mandatory body-worn camera legislation and worked with legislators on the Rhode Island Law Enforcement Officers Due Process, Accountability, and Transparency Act, which passed in 2024 and ushered in overdue reform. A proud RWU alumnus, you have collaborated with your alma mater to help make our community safer and more welcoming to our students, and you've served to educate the next generations of criminal justice and public safety professionals as an adjunct professor at our extension school. You truly personify the passion RWU instills in our students to become the change maker the world needs. Chief Lynch, for dedicating your life to serving and protecting our communities, and for your commitment to justice and equity, we are honored to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, on this day, May 16th, 2025. Thank you.
Thank you.
Trustee Brian Stern, will you please escort Judge Clifton Newman to the center of the stage? Madam Board Chair, I have the honor to present Judge Clifton Newman to receive from your hand the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. The Honorable Clifton B. Newman, you have demonstrated unwavering integrity, courage, and a deep commitment to justice throughout a distinguished legal career that has spanned nearly 5 decades. As a prosecutor, attorney, and circuit court judge, you have upheld the rule of law with compassion and clarity, ensuring that fairness prevails in even the most complex and high-profile cases. Born in South Carolina during the era of segregation, you rose through the ranks of the legal profession with resilience and excellence and have presided over cases of national significance. A graduate of Cleveland Marshall College of Law, you have long championed equal access to justice and have been a leader in the criminal justice reform. Your career has not only broken barriers, but has also elevated the standards of professionalism, impartiality, and public trust in our judicial system. Your leadership on the bench demonstrates that justice is not simply a system, but a calling, one that demands both accountability and humanity. At Roger Williams University and the School of Law, we teach our students to pursue truth, engage in civic life, and lead with ethical responsibility. Your life's work stands as a powerful testament to those ideals. You have not only applied the law with intellect and integrity, but also served your communities with heart, mentoring the next generation and preserving the stories and spaces that ground us in our shared history. Judge Newman, for your lifelong service to justice and your unwavering commitment to fairness, equity, and the public good, Roger Williams University School of Law is honored to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, given this day on May 16th, 2025. Each year, the Faculty Senate recognizes a faculty member whose outstanding and innovative teaching and commitment to students is exemplary. I am pleased to announce that Li Ling Yang, Professor of Science Education from the Feinstein School of Humanities, Arts, and Education, is this year's recipient. Professor Yang embodies our institutional values of engaged teaching and learning, and we thank her for her dedication. And we thank all of our faculty for their efforts to support and inspire our students. And if I may, I've been here at Roger Williams University for 22 years, and it has been my privilege and honor to have worked alongside my colleagues. And if they would please rise, and we can give them all a round of applause if you're able. Faculty. And I'd also like to give a huge shout out to our amazing staff who also have touched, I know, so many of your lives, students. You know who they are. They're the ones who say hello to you when you come into the dining commons. They're the ones who are there with you in your dorms. They're the ones that are helping you every step of the way. And so again, your faculty who have helped you to declare double majors, talked you into them, talked you out of them, and the staff who have likewise helped to dry your tears through tutoring and support. Again, if we could give them all a round of applause, please. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dean Bowman to present the School of Law Faculty of the Year Award.
The School of Law has a long-standing tradition for selection of our Faculty Member of the Year, and this award is selected by our graduating class. Hey folks, right down front. The award embodies not just classroom performance, but also student support and mentorship. Professor Susan Heyman. I'm so proud to recognize my colleague, Professor Heyman, to come forward and be celebrated as our Law Faculty of the Year with our Madam Chair, Heather Bajulian.
Congratulations. Thank you.
We are going to be honoring her further at our law school breakout ceremony. Professor Heyman, thank you.
Thank you. It is now my pleasure to present our alumni speaker, Walter Ramos, a member of the class of 1983 and the CEO and president of Rogerson Communities, which operates housing and adult daycare health facilities and serves more than 2,000 residents in Boston.
Good morning. Thank you so much. President Mialis, members of the Board of Trustees, administration members, distinguished faculty, parents, family members, and of course, the graduating class of 2025. I have the honor of coming before you as a proud alum and to share with you how Roger Williams University has provided me with a great education, a successful career, and a very good life. Life and career paths almost never happen as you expect, and never without turns and redirection. I can proudly tell you that Roger Williams University was there for me at a time when I could not see and find that path for myself. I started as a freshman, my freshman year at Roger Williams, with great excitement. Like many of you, the first generation of my working class, middle-income family to attend college. Every expectation was that the best the world had to offer was in front of me. And it was. But it wasn't an easy or a clear path. Shortly after my parents dropped me off here at school, proud and full of hope, my father was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. My family life was in disarray and full of fear. My father underwent a year of treatment, but he ultimately passed after that first year. And everything changed. Family funds took a turn for the worse. One older sibling left college to join the military as an act of generous love for his siblings, keeping the family home and the life we knew and wanted made the college degree look unachievable to me. I recall telling my professor and advisor at the time here at Roger Williams, Frank Mancini, that I would leave Roger Williams to work in a supermarket full-time and come back to Roger Williams later on. He responded in a startling and very loud tone, "No, you are not leaving here." He mentored me at the most vulnerable moment and helped me connect to internships, scholarships, and ultimately achieving my degree in political science and law here at Roger Williams. Because of that guidance and support from Professor Mancini, I ended up dedicating my career to those issues that were so difficult for me back then. Access to health care and housing for all people. I've been able to work for a United States Senator, a governor, and a mayor. I have served as president and CEO of a community health center, president of an academic hospital in one of Boston's poorest neighborhoods. And now I have the honor of leading a company of 30 facilities and programs providing housing and health care for older adults, including those suffering from dementia and healthcare challenges. The lessons that I learned here that I want to leave with you, the class of 2025 today, are these three things. The road to your purpose in life will always come with unexpected turns and challenges. Never give up. If you are knocked down, get back up. You have a purpose in life, and don't let anything sideline you from achieving it. Second, don't be afraid to ask for help. Frank Mancini helped me in ways I never expected. Most people enjoy giving help and guidance because they've received it. That is the most wonderful aspect of our DNA, to help other people. And last, when you have reached that pinnacle in your career and in your life, remember the trials and tribulations you had to get there, and help others so they can get there too. Congratulations to you. Celebrate today, and then tomorrow, head out there and do your thing. Best of luck to the class of 2025. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Walter. Well, are we ready to bestow our degrees? Yes, we shall now bestow the degrees earned in course by students of the respective colleges and schools of the university, as recommended by the president and the provost to the chair of the Board of Trustees, Heather Bajulian. Roger Williams University Community, Families, and Friends, in the name of the faculties of the university and by their authority, I declare that the candidates have completed the requirements for recommendation for degrees. Degree candidates, when instructed by your dean, please rise and be recognized. And we have in the past had a friendly competition. Friendly, because we don't have a lot of competition amongst our deans at all about anything. Friendly competition, and what that means is for you students, just shout loud and proud for your schools. And the louder and prouder you can shout, the better. Ready? Okay. Dean Bianco, on behalf of the faculties of the Extension School, I would like to invite you to present the candidates and the certificate candidates.
So that's not fair.
I know.
So I bring greetings from 18 miles away, and I'm going to need a little bit of help. So for those of you who have classes on the Providence campus, clap for me. I'm the dean from the Providence campus, which consists of the Extension School, and my students are from all over the world and very diverse populations, and we serve multiple campuses. So on behalf of the faculties of the Extension School, I have the honor to present 258 candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for several degrees and certificates. Bachelor's degrees, 85. 72 associate's degrees, 11 certificate candidates, and here's the catch. If anybody needs an electrician, these are the people to call. 16 electrical apprenticeship students, 19 career technical and educational teacher certifications, and 55 English as a second language teacher certifications. Will the candidates please rise and be recognized? So will the candidates please be seated? Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Bianco. For the faculty of the Engineering, Computing, and Construction Management, Dean Griffin, please come forward to present the Engineering, Computing, and Construction Management degree candidates.
Good job, Seacom. On behalf of the faculties of the Engineering, Computing, and Construction Management School, I have the honor to present to you 126 candidates, hardworking, dedicated, and inquisitive students who have fulfilled the requirements for their degree. 126 bachelor's candidates, will you please rise and be recognized? Will the candidates please be seated?
Thank you. For the faculty of the Cummings School of Architecture, Dean White, please come forward to present the Cummings School of Architecture degree candidates.
Best school ever. On behalf of the faculties in architecture, art and architectural history, and preservation studies and preservation practices, I have the honor to present to you 108 candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for several degrees, 54 master's candidates, 54 bachelor's candidates. Will the candidates please rise and be recognized? And give it up for each other. Thank you. Will the candidates please be seated?
Thank you. For the faculty of the School of Justice Studies, Interim Dean Lambert, please come forward to present the School of Justice degree candidates.
Thank you. On behalf of the faculties of the School of Justice Studies, I have the honor to present to you 157 candidates who will fulfill the requirements for several degrees. 37 master's candidates, 118 bachelor's candidates, 2 graduate certificates. Will the candidates please rise and be recognized? It's up to you to pay it forward. We'll talk later at our ceremony. Will the candidates please be seated?
Thank you. For the faculty of the Feinstein School of Social and Natural Sciences degree, Dean Weiser, please come forward to present the Feinstein School of Social and Natural Sciences degree candidates.
Thanks for helping an interim dean out. Nicely done. On behalf of the faculties of the Feinstein School of Social and Natural Sciences, I have the honor to present to you 204 candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for several degrees, not diseases. 22 master's candidates, 182 bachelor's candidates. Will the candidates please rise and be recognized? Well done. You may be seated.
For the faculty of the Feinstein School of Humanities, Arts, and Education, Dean Merriweather, please come forward.
Oh my God, you are white hot. Let's go, Shane. On behalf of the faculties of the, I say it again, white hot Feinstein School of Humanities, Arts, and Education, I have the absolute and distinguished honor to present to you 168 candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for several degrees. 23 master's candidates. 145 bachelor's candidates. Candidates, please rise and be recognized. Oh, please be seated, and thank you very much. I'm so very proud of you. Thank you for all your hard work.
For the faculty of the Mario J. Gabelli School of Business, Dean Doss, please come forward to present the Mario J. Gabelli School of Business degree candidates.
Come on, Gabelli School. You guys can do better than that. On behalf of the faculties of the Mario J. Gabelli School of Business, the school where the grads can pitch startup before breakfast, analyze lunch like a case study, and negotiate dessert like it's graded, and power it all up with their unstoppable combo of Starbucks and Excel, I have the distinguished honor to present to you 191 candidates who have fulfilled the requirements of several degrees. 23 master's candidates, 168 bachelor's candidates. Will the candidates please rise and be recognized? Will the candidates now please be seated? Thank you.
Thank you. For the faculty of the School of Law, Dean Bowman, please come forward to present the School of Law Juris Doctor and Masters of Science in Law candidates.
You know, I may be mistaken, but I think we just won the cheering contest. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah. All right. On behalf of Rhode Island's best law school, I have the distinct honor to present to everyone 165 candidates, 165 hardworking, dedicated change makers who are defenders of justice, who have fulfilled the requirements for their Juris Doctorate or Master of Science in Law. 163 JDs, 2 Master of Science in Law students. Will the candidates please rise and be recognized? Will the candidates please be seated? Thank you so very much. I am so proud to welcome you today to the legal profession.
It is my honor to say that on the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the State of Rhode Island and the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the candidates at Roger Williams University with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that comes with conferring your respective degrees and certificates. Congratulations.
I would now like to invite the president of the class of 2025, Ryan Trinity Jackson, to join us on stage to lead in the much-awaited turning of the tassel. Immediately following the turning of the tassel, please remain standing for the recessional.
I am honored to lead my classmates in the tassel turn. The turn of the tassel is a symbol of our graduation. As we turn our tassels, let's take a moment to remember all of the academic and personal achievements that have brought us to this day. Let's also remember all the family members, faculty, staff, and classmates with whom we've shared these past 4 years. Would the class of 2025 please stand? As a symbol of the completion of our respective degrees, please join me in moving your tassel from right to left. May I now ask the graduates to turn and face your families and friends to receive their congratulations. Congratulations to the class of 2025.